to break the chains that still remains, that's been placed upon our hearts and our brains. This world is real strange, got me going deranged. The signs in the air, but it seems like mankind is just too blind or doesn't care. And don't you dare show no signs of empathy or sympathy. Man, they want your soul to be on empty. My cup is overflowing, and God told me, boy, you better keep on going. You growing and it's showing. Man, look at you glowing, putting the key to work. Let little boys know it's not okay to put on no skirt. Ain't the way, man, you a jerk. Getting them involved in martial arts, boxing, some type of sport. Man, I done pulled out the torching the competition. Man, I'm on a mission, trying to put the devil into submission. And I got God's permission, so pay attention. We on go. And no, this is not no flow. Check the glow. And then you will know that God is the only way to go. Man, that's on bro. God is king, the only supreme, the realest one who's been down on my team. Let me explain to you exactly what I mean. During my dark nights, he gave me the strength to fight. My daughter telling me, Daddy, everything gonna be all right. Cause I had lost my sight. The hair got really dark and I couldn't see any light. And the skies used to be so bright. Man, I just wanna take my son on the flight. Or go fly a kite. Or watch him smile when he ride his bike. But maybe another life. My purpose is clear. But God, it's so hard for me not to shed a tear. Or have some type of fear. But God, I know that you're near. So I'm gonna put the car in gear, just let you steer. And watch my enemies through the rear. I'm trying to make it to the top tier, and this could be my year. My mind can't be destroyed. I was trying to be patient, but now you got me ignored. About to TKO, I'm like Floyd. I will not conform to your ways. I'm giving you food for thought like a bag of food lays. Living for God really pays. Man, I'm so amazed. But it's like my mind's still ducking and stuck in the days. It's like we living in the last days.
Hello, my name is David. My daughter Jasmine. The purpose of this is to bring awareness about the day-to-day life of a parent that's lost a child to either prison or death. And in my circumstance, I lost my son to an asthma attack in June of 2021. I was 21. This is 2022 now. And since then, it's been real difficult. The whole purpose of this is to, like I say, bring awareness to others about the hurtful and the pain, the hurt and the pain, the hurt and the day-to-day, your hurt and just how you function on a day-to-day basis. I don't know, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't be able to function day-to-day, because a lot of things I had to, especially with raising another child. If you got another child that's still left behind, you have to do, you have to stay strong for them, which is not easy. You still gotta get them, you still gotta feed them, still gotta clothe them, you still have to do activities with them, do all these things that you're used to doing with two, now you only doing it with one, and it takes, to be honest, I lost a lot of energy towards everybody, towards the whole world. Like I didn't feel like I belonged here anymore when my son left. I feel like I just wanted to just leave with him. So in the process of my son dying, I tried to commit suicide twice. And both times God wouldn't let me go for some reason. I know the reason now, I believe. So yeah, it's just it's a struggle to deal with, but you got to do it though, because you had no other choice, because life goes on. And Zion was was like one of the most happiest kids in the world. But he was different. He wasn't like a lot of other kids. He was very, I think he was very before his time in a lot of places, in a lot of areas. He was very smart guy. They try to say he had autism, but I don't know about that because he was way beyond, like I say, he was way beyond his time. So, what are some that you think about Zion? Like,
outgoing, very smart,
mm-hmm.
big
Big brain? But like, what do you remember that happened that night? What happened that night? Do you remember a little bit? Or you trying to think about it? Like, what you think when you seen him laying on the ground? You were sad? Like, I was like, man, I don't know what I was thinking. Because I left out the room and I came back into the room. He was, because I said, I'm going to go plug my headphones up because I go running in the morning. I was like, well, I'm just going to go plug my headphones up, man. Yeah, you were downstairs. And so I walked in the room. When I walked back into the room, he was laying out like Zion. I was like, what the heck? I had just gave him his breathing treatment. That's why I don't understand like what happened that fast. I don't understand. Man, I do not know what happened that fast. It's happened so fast. And he went out like, I said, Zion. He didn't respond. So I'm like, I thought he was like leaning over looking at his tablet because the way he was slumped over. And I walked up to him and man, he was cold. His body was cold. And I was like, dang. I couldn't believe that, man. And I tried. I don't know what happened. It happened so fast. It happened like so. I'm talking about literally like, it seemed like seconds. Like, you never know how fast the stuff can come. It happened so fast, didn't it? Then you heard me saying, I was like, dang. I don't know. It don't seem real. It doesn't seem real to lose. Like when you lose a child, it's like it's different. It's different because that was my firstborn, and then I named him. I got the name from this. I got the name from Lauryn Hill's song called Zion. That was like one of my favorite songs. Well, that too. Well, it's in the Bible, but I got it from a Lauryn Hill song called Zion. And ever since I had first heard that song, I had wanted to name my son Zion. And when he came out, that's when I named him. So, what you think? Dang. How do you stay so strong, little girl? What do you do?
stay positive.
You do what?
Stay positive.
How you stay positive? What do you do to stay positive? And what else? Do you think about it a lot?
No.
Why not?
That's sad.
Huh? It's sad? So you just don't want to... Do you need to talk to somebody about it?
No.
Why not? You think so?
No.
Maybe so. So like, let me see. Like, what else is something like? What is something that Zion? What's one of his favorite movies? You know? asking you. What is it? Uh-huh.
It's any Toy Story, but mostly Toy Story 4.
Mostly Toy Story 4. She said mostly Toy Story 4. I think that was correct. Cause, and so what about your mom? Like, how do you feel about your mom?
Well, I like to maybe the funny reason because she has better outfit choices than you.
Yeah, what?
Better outfit choices for me than you.
Have what?
Better outfit choices.
Oh, better outfit choices. Oh, dang it. What you miss most about mommy? What's your mama?
Being funny.
Mm-hmm. Do you miss the family? Like mommy, daddy?
Mhm.
So when you see other kids with their parents, it make you sad sometimes? A little bit?
Mhm.
Like you and your brother were born and y'all share the same birthday, right?
Mhm.
How did you feel about that?
Cool.
Huh?
Cool.
Oh, felt cool about that?
Yeah.
You didn't mind sharing the same birthday? No.
Cause I share with like a billion more people.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that. So like, is something you want to say to Zion? What would you say right now to Zion?
Can you write Toy Story 4? Or play Roblox? Yeah.
What would you say?
That I love him so much. Mm, it just don't seem real. It don't seem real. I would tell him I love him. I wish I could. Dang, I don't feel like like we don't look for like we're not looking for pity. You know what I'm saying? It's not about pity. It's about you have to understand that losing a kid is very hard, and you guys have to like understand like you can't be out here taking people's children's life like that unjustly. If it's not justified, you shouldn't do it because it really hurts bad to lose a child. You don't know. You wish they could walk through the door. You wish all these things, but they not never coming back. Never come back again. So, therefore, you have to love them while they're here. Teach them the right things to do. Teach them the right way to go. Man, because man, it don't. Life is short. It don't seem like he gone. I'm not lying. It don't seem like it's real. It seems like a big old fate. Nothing seems real right now to me. Um, just like that, he gone. Just like that. So, man, that's. Well, I wish I could have had a lot more to say to y'all right now. Just kind of just like an introduction. What else did you need to say?
You can talk about what you do to cope.
Yeah. Well, when I do the cope is I try to work. I'm working. So it took me some time to get back to working because at first I couldn't work or anything. I didn't want to do nothing. I just being around my daughter but the main thing that really helped me through everything, I know it sounds so cliche, but I would have to say God helped me the most. Helped me cope day to day. That and like I say, my daughter working, being around a bunch of younger people, they keep me laughing all day. But soon as I leave there, I gotta go back into reality. So, I tried to cope with drugs. I tried to, but it didn't work too good for me. It only made it worse. Or not just worse, it just, when it's gone, when it's over, then it's right back to reality anyway, so what's the point of that? The best way to cope with it, I would say, is you have to get to know yourself. You gotta learn yourself. You gotta isolate yourself. You gotta be by yourself for a while, because you have to heal. There's no other way around it. You can't heal with drugs. You can't heal with anything. It's not gonna work. You gotta talk to God. Oh, that sounds so cliche, but it's the truth. Only if you knew. I'm not saying I'm perfect. No, like I said, I mean, still do whatever, So, but God knows what's going on. Him knows what's going on. I fought a lot of. I came out of a dark place, very, very dark place. So, man, I don't know how man without God would never made. I don't know. I can't. It's hard to explain. It's like a phenomenon, like something that just cannot be explained. Like, and the only way to explain it is with actions and showing improvement in areas that a lot of people didn't want me to make it. I had a lot of people that doubted me. They still doubt me now, so it's okay, because through the strength of God and my son, energy's still here. I know he's still here. My wife. So coping is one thing that you're gonna have to do. You gotta cope. Like I say, cope is getting to know yourself. That's the ultimate sacrifice. No, if you're not married already, no, or already in a relationship or whatever, all that type of stuff, you have no time for relationships. You have no time for nothing but self-improvement. Work on yourself. That's the best copingism. That's the best way I cope with all this, is working on myself. What do you do to cope with it? Like cope, like deal with the situation. Be positive. How do you be positive? Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do? Positive things. Like, what's some positive that you do? Chill. What's the number one secret to success? Okay. Not a follower, you're okay. You lead by. We fight not against. Okay, dress. Always. So are these things that, like, you and Brian. Oh, look at that. I did that. See, example. That's something that I always try to, like, instill in them. Like, from once they was little kids, they was real small. I always, like, give them, like, little things to say. I, like, drill it in their heads before it could be there when they get older, so they can know what's what. So, this is some pictures. Good girl. Okay. Now. Okay. This is Ryan and us. We'll get that one in a second. But I have so many more pictures in my car. I always take a lot of pictures. Like, I've been taking pictures, been going picture crazy. Man, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun times, a lot of smiles, a lot of laughs, a lot of frowns, a lot of everything. But through it all, though, we had each other. And after their mom passed away in 2019 from breast cancer, that traveled to her brain and all these places. Matter of fact, yeah, these are just some things like we like Zion was like very he, like I say, he was very different. Like only thing I was more afraid of, like I never wanted to leave the earth without them being able to take care of themselves. That's what I fear the most. Like other than that, like I don't fear like too much of anything else, because it's okay to have fear, but you have to just be brave. So I was brave enough to, like, I always been in my children's life their whole life, but I took the responsibility to, as a single father, single dad, to take on responsibility and raise my children, because I was raised by a single father myself. So it was like almost like a generational thing, I guess. I'm trying to break a lot of generational curses with my children, because we don't want the cycle to continue on. Because if you continue to let the cycle go on and on and on and on, you're going to continue getting the same results over and over and over. And I don't want to keep repeating the same cycle over and over. With Zion, I know that he's he's in a better place. I just wish he was here, like in the physical. But I know he can't be so. But until then, I'm gonna get back to him one day. So I talked to this lady for real shortly. I talked to this lady, and she had the same thing that I said. I said I gotta find my son. And she lost her daughter. She felt, and when she said, I was like, wow, I feel the same way. She said she had to find her daughter. I feel like I had to find my son. And that's the journey I'm going to continue to go on until the day I die, because I'm going to find him again. Like, I'm going to be reunited with him, because I'm going to continue to try to do the things that I'm supposed to for God, and maybe, just maybe, he'll grant me the opportunity to see my son again. Who knows? So, I think the best thing for after losing a child for a parent is, first, it's hard to accept, of course. It's going to be hard to accept the fact that your child is no longer here. Like I say, my mental health wasn't all that great after Zion left. I didn't cry as much either. That was another thing I noticed. I cried a lot, but I didn't cry as much a person that I thought I would, like, because I don't know. It's been hard for me to, like, really accept the fact that he's gone. So I would think that you would have to, first of all, don't turn to alcohol and drugs. I'm not gonna say that you know, whatever you do. I occasionally have a drink, still here and there, but it's not like. At first, it was like bad, because I was like every day. It was like everyday thing, and then all of a sudden, I just started snapping up out of it little by little, by the grace of God. First and foremost, once again, I can't express that enough. Another thing you should do, I believe that you should get around supportive people, people and it might be a bunch of people that you may not even know, it may not even be family. It may be other people that you just meeting along your journey, because after that, your journey, it's like a new journey. It's like a new beginning. Like, you start life all over again, like, almost. It's like, but you think, how do I start over? How do I start over? What do I do? First, I think the best thing to do, once again, is turn to the Most High. I can't really, and I know that sounds so simple, and you have to have a lot of discipline. You got to push yourself you got to really want it. And I'm still thankful because I still have a child. You know, I still have it. Some people lost everything. So I try to base my thoughts on that too. I try to do it like that, even though it's hard to, because, but that's the way I kind of try to deal with it. What's something that you, anything else you want to say, like about Zion, your mom? Like, how do you cope? Like, how do you deal with losing a parent and a sibling? Like, which one really, like, hit you?
Zion.
With Zion? Why did that hit you more?
Because that was my play buddy.
Oh, your play buddy?
My partner in crime.
Your partner in crime? Yeah. Oh, you got secrets you ain't gonna tell me? Okay. So, is there something that, like, what would you tell somebody how do they deal with it? How would you tell them what would work for them? What you think would work for someone else in your position?
So, don't think about the sad, think of the happy.
Okay. Is that, do you ever cry? Kinda. Like when you by yourself sometimes? Have you cried when you by yourself? Huh? Okay. Did Zion like martial arts, or he didn't like it? He really didn't like it. Tell me the truth now.
Kinda.
Yeah. Kinda. Man, I'm trying to think, like, what happened that night. I don't know. That was crazy. So, I think prior to that, he had got a COVID test when he was in the hospital, because he was just in the hospital for the asthma. Like, maybe like 2 weeks before he passed away. Maybe like 2-3 weeks before he passed away. He tested for it. It came back negative. I think, man, I'm just trying to feel like, wow, I don't know, like, it could have had an effect because of the conditions. But it happened so fast. I would say I would keep a better eye on a child who has asthma. We have been not in and out the hospital, but we've been in and out the hospital a few times prior to. He had a couple overnights, I think 2 overnight stays before. Yeah, 2 overnight stays, and man, even just that used to be scared the heck out of me, seeing him in the hospital like that. So just imagine him not being, me seeing him dead. It was a totally different. And I used to go running every morning, 6 days a week, and I promise you, I would make sure that before I went outside running, I would make sure his pump, his machine was full, because that was one of my worst fears ever, was me going running and him having an asthma attack while I'm gone running and I can't help him. And look what happened. I swear that was like one of my worst fears, and it happened, and it came true. So you have to keep an eye on that type of stuff. Man, man, it hurt. It may not seem like it, but it hurt bad. Wow. So I had insurance on them both prior, and it lapsed. And then, so crazy, like maybe 3 weeks before he passed away, I tried to get life insurance on him again. I was going to get it on both of them. And I couldn't find life insurance for him because of his asthma. Because of his assistant asthma. He had just got out the hospital for that. I think that was one of the major problems. It was harder because he had just got out the hospital for it. And but I will say that life insurance is very important because you don't want to have to raise money trying to bury your child or bury somebody. You're putting the burden on other people to bury your child. I mean, basically. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with people that turn to that route, because it's like, some people, I can't even say that. I can't say that insurance, because insurance is not that costly. But that's something that a lot of us procrastinate with. We procrastinate with those type of things. I know for a fact a few people that procrastinated and things didn't go the way they supposed to went. So life insurance is very important when it comes to when you have a child. That's something that you can't get around, because the unknown will happen just like that. Just like it happened. Just like that. So fast. So this is just like the beginning of a process that we're trying to bring other parents together. Amazing process. We're trying to do, process, whatever. So we're trying to bring other people together, and but we can have a community of people that heal others. We're trying to heal other parents and others, maybe siblings that went through the similar things that me, myself, and my daughter has been through. We have other people that's coming up. We have some. Now we don't want this to be. We're not turning this into like a. But we do have some street guys that lost their life to the streets. We have some people that's coming up with their stories. If anybody else that would like to share their story and helping others as far as heal and to and how they deal with the situation at hand, we would like to hear your story. And if there's any way that you think that this will help others, I think maybe you should feel free to tell your story, because hearing other people's stories helps in ways that you don't understand. There's a lady that I work with, actually. It's so crazy. I'm gonna see if I can get her story. Her story is gonna be kind of crazy, maybe in the future, because I think her son's story is still. I think they're still in court. But some of the things she said to me about losing her son, it was like, wow. Say it took her almost 3 years to get back. And she asked me, she said, how are you functioning? She couldn't believe and I don't I say, the only way I think is from God. I don't have no other explanation for it, because my mind is just, I feel like my mind is gone, but my body is still functioning. And it's we here to, I believe this is going to help a lot of other people. I know it's going to help a lot of other people. I already done kind of like, I have people already that inboxes me and that asks me questions and asks me like, be saying like, man, how do you do it? Like, how are you so strong and this and that, this, that. So I know that this work is it's just the beginning. It's just the start of we're trying to take it global. We want to go global. We want to go far as we can, because we're trying to reach the four corners of the earth, because people are hurting everywhere, and we just want to help be a part of the process of healing the earth, because the earth it's a rebirth of the earth is coming, and people need to be prepared for what's to come. We're tired of losing our children to all these crazy things, losing our children left and right. It's time that we took a stand up. There you go, girl. Time we stand up and try to make a difference. We're not going to change it overnight. With life comes death. We understand all that, but we can't slow it down a bit, because it's right now the energy of this world has shifted towards the worst, and it's not going to get any better until we realize that. And if you sit back and really listen to children, they are very, 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 very bright. Man, just listen to them. And you got something to say?
No. I don't want to say.
What do you want to say?
She's
What you want to do to change the world?
make everybody happy.
Make everybody happy. Okay. So yeah. Bam.